Shalom, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushua, Ba'Shem Rakak. Double honors to my apostles and elders, the great millstone, peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Bakar Tawab. Had the thought this morning about burning bridges. Burning bridges. Basically, when the Lord is trying to talk to you, it may be through certain people, or it may be through certain things that happen. Let me just, like certain people may have helped you in the past or something like that, or, and, sometimes stuff don't work out to where, you guys are, they still look after you or whatever. You probably don't talk anymore or anything like that, or, basically, what I'm trying to say is, like, the Lord has a special way of having people in your life that he sets them up specifically to be there when you call, pretty much, and sometimes we break away from situations like that was set up like that, like, because, we're just human, and, such and such and such and such. And, but the Lord has mysterious ways to have people help you. And you may have been not as nice to them, or they may have disrespected you in the past, or, you know what I'm saying? And, you see each other, like, but you really don't say anything or whatever, like, you know how stuff goes, man, but basically what I'm trying to say is, sometimes we burn bridges with people that the Lord is trying to help. He's going to set them up in the future to help you in some kind of way. If you get what I'm trying to say, like, it's happened to me. Say, for example, like, there's certain individuals, that, I used to be cool with or whatever, or, like, I'm still cool with them. It's just like, I don't, I keep my distance because of certain things like that. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it was years that we went not even talking type of stuff. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't talk to the whole family, it was like 5-6 years that went by. And the Lord used them to help me in my life, you know what I'm saying? Help me with situation in my life. And in the time whenever, I was just going through it the most type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hope you understand what I'm saying. Like, whenever you basically don't burn too many bridges, you might get into situations where, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm just talking about with people like that's around you in the world, because the whole world don't know the truth. They don't know what we know, but that's okay. It wasn't for them. But, like, people might get on your nerves, or, you might not want to be around them or something like that. And that's okay. It's just, try not to be, don't burn too many bridges, basically, man. Because I got a feeling that a lot of people that we burn bridges with are going to be, the Lord is trying to set them up in some kind of way, because we're coming into Jacob's trouble. Like, we're pretty much in the beginning of it type of stuff, and you just never know, man. Like people are out here hungry, man. Like, people out here robbing, stealing, killing. People out here just, and the evils are going to increase, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you might get kicked out. You might have to stay with a brother, or you might have to stay with somebody, or you might have to live in your car for a minute or something. But the Lord's always going to provide. You know what I'm saying? It's just for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Lord ain't going to leave his elect out. The Lord willing, brothers hopefully I'll be a part of that. But I'm just saying, like, the Lord ain't going to what to say, put too much on you than you can bear. You know what I'm saying? Like he wants you to get through situations in faith. You know what I'm saying? Like calling on his name first and foremost. Like he's watching you through these storms and these different battles that you may face. You know what I'm saying? Like and it's a you just gotta count on the Lord. You have Bashim El Shai. Like we might need somebody. It might be somebody that we, like ain't seen in forever, or like, like hell, it might be somebody that, you know what I'm saying, like you got into a fight with or something like in the world, or it might be somebody like, you know what I'm saying, like, and the Lord will use that person to help you and shit, man. Well, the scriptures tell you about the angels camped round about them. Like the angels be working all day on people's minds and setting them up situations. And just now, like I was driving because I was trying to get to this tire place because I got a damn nail in my tire while I'm talking to you right now. A nail in my tire, and I'm thankful to the Lord. But I guess this place ain't even open. Oh man. Anyway, man. Basically, don't burn no bridges, man. Just try your best to live peaceably with all men, even though everybody's angry right now. We're all pissed off, It's only a matter of time till whenever we like flip and try to have to knock somebody on their heads. But we got to try to help. We got to try the best we can not to do that, man. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'll say Shalom. I ain't got no scriptures on me right now. I just wanted to talk about burning bridges. That's all. Shalom. Giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders, a great millstone, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. All right, it's your brother Zakar Kasai coming to you. All right, with another quick lesson. I woke up and I was thinking about burning bridges for some reason. I don't know, and I started to think more. Started to analyze situations that I've been through in my personal life and things that I've seen. And a lot of times when a person burns a bridge, like that means that you can't go back over there, pretty much, like, and you might need that person in the future, especially in the times of Jacob's trouble that we're coming into. And I just made a video. I'll probably put it in front of this video. And I just wanted to add on some scriptures to that video. In the definition of to burn a bridge, it says to do something which makes it impossible to return to an earlier state. Makes it impossible to return to an earlier state. Okay. Burning bridges, AI overview. It says burning bridges means to permanently damage or sever a relationship or a situation, making it impossible to go back to how things were before. That's right, man. Like a lot of us got, we burn a lot of bridges, not willingly, but that's just how things go sometimes. Like everybody has experience with that. Like it don't feel like you done burnt the bridge now, but sooner or later, like, whenever Jacob's trouble hit, a bunch of people, about a bunch of the women are going to try to go back to old, their baby daddies. They're gonna try to go back. They done burnt the bridge. Like they're not going to take it. A bunch of us brothers, what I'm saying, we going, like the scriptures tell you, a bunch of women are going to try to come after us, like, and we're going to recognize some of them that were in our lives, and we're not going to take them, man. The Lord going to put a spirit on us to not take them. Why? Because they burned that bridge. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have family members that they don't talk to or whatever, or what I'm saying, like if you got a situation where your mother or your father or something, like, you need to speak to them. Like, don't be burning that bridge like that, man. because the Lord, especially in the last days, like he might use them to help you in a certain situations, man. That's what I was talking about in my other video. But you know what I'm saying, like, and how do you burn the bridge? You know, you might say something. You know, you didn't say sorry. You did something that was stupid. You know, you caused something to happen. All right. It says, in modern use, it refers to an action taken out of anger or frustration. That's right. Out of anger or frustration. That's how you burn bridges, man. All right. When you're angry, you're on fire, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And like things come out of your mouth. You know, you might say something. You know, and if you do got a situation where you don't talk to your mom or anything, you need to check in with your mom, man. Let's just keep it 100, man. Your father, you probably ain't talked to your father in years. You need to go talk to him, man. That's besides, this lesson right here. But I'm just saying, man, as a man, I speak as a man. Need to make those things right, man, because we're coming to some times. But anyway, yeah. The reason I'm doing this lesson is just was on my mind this morning. You know, a lot of times, like, we can get out of hand, you know what I'm saying? Like, or we know people that have got out of hand with us, and we still don't talk to them to this day. You see, but, I got a feeling like in Jacob's trouble, which we're in the beginning of it, a bunch of people are going to be trying to go back. No matter where back is, they're going to be trying to go back. They're going to be trying to get some help. Okay. And the Lord, if you're part of the elect, see, the Lord are going to use certain people that you might not have, you might have had a situation with, that you couldn't believe that the Lord used them to help you out of your situation. You know what I'm saying? So, let me get a few scriptures. Yeah. Let's start off with my main scripture. This is in the book of Sirach. And this is Sirach 22 and 19. And it says, he that pricketh the eye will make tears to fall, and he that pricketh the heart maketh it to show her knowledge. Whosoever casteth a stone at the birds frayeth them away, and he that upbraideth his friend breaketh friendship. It says, though thou drawest a sword at thy friend, yet despair not, for there may be a return into favor. There may be a return into favor. There's a chance that you can mend that bond, mend that friendship. Because you might need that. You might need that individual down the road. You might need each other's help. All right. And it's all of the Lord. Whatever, the Lord's working in the background. And a lot of times, like the angels, the Lord has sent the angels to work on somebody's mind to help you, pretty much. All right. Help you in certain situations. And it'll be somebody that you thought that, you would never speak to again. But out of nowhere, here they come to rescue you from your situation. And you was an asshole to them. That's how the Lord be doing things, man. Okay, so try to make those, call your mama, or if you ain't talking to her, call her mother and father. You make sure you make it right with them, you might have a brother or a sister or something you barely talk to. You guys curse each other out or whatever, man. Like, man, whatever, man. Hell, the Lord might use one of them in the future to give you a place to stay, man. Who's to say he won't? It says, if thou hast opened thy mouth against thy friend, fear not, For there may be a reconciliation. That's right. Except for upbraiding or pride or disclosing of secrets or a treacherous wound, for these things every friend will depart. Yeah, you telling secrets. And all that stuff comes out of the mouth, man. It says, be faithful to thy neighbor in his poverty. Yeah, be faithful. You see, what I'm saying, the brother struggling or something, or, you help them out, man. If you can. It says, be faithful to thy neighbor in his poverty, that thou mayest rejoice in his prosperity. Abide steadfast unto him in the time of his trouble, that thou mayest be heir with him in his heritage. For a mean estate is not always to be contemned, nor the rich that is foolish to be had. I don't think I was supposed to read that one. It says, verse 25, it says, I will not be ashamed to defend a friend. Right. I will not be ashamed to defend a friend, neither will I hide myself from him. Yeah, that's right, man. All right. Hell, some of your friends that were in the world, you don't hang out with them anymore or anything like that. You guys probably talk every once in a while. Okay, and they're in the world. They know that you preach and all that stuff like that, man. But the Lord might use them down the road. Like, don't push them away too far. You know what I'm saying? Like, they fall away that way, then that's what it is. But you know what I'm saying? Like, check in on them too, man. Like, I don't know, man. That's just how I feel right now. Like, I got a feeling a bunch of people and the Lord gonna take care of the elect. Lord willing, I'll be a part of that number. I just got a feeling a bunch of people, a bunch of bridges that y'all done burnt out there, y'all gonna need them. You're gonna need those people. You're gonna need them. It says, let me go to a different one. Let me read this one more time. Sirach 22 and 20. It says, whosoever casteth a stone at the birds frayeth them away, and he that upbraideth his friend breaketh friendship. It says, though thou drawest the sword at thy friend, coming out of your mouth, yet despair not, for there may be returning to favor, man. Like, we gotta watch what we say. We gotta watch our anger sometimes, man, because we can just explode, especially in these days. You might be too angry at a brother or something. You might, you gotta check our temperatures, man. Sometimes, what I'm saying, we're gonna be angry, but when dealing with brothers, especially brothers that that you may be around, when dealing, at your job or in situations, even in the world, what I'm saying, like, it's good to just move with a little bit more mental, like, really understand what's going down and understand when you're getting angry, whenever you about to flip, because you can feel it, what I'm saying, that's it's like boiling inside, and it's heating up, that steam, then you know what I'm saying, like, we can easily get like that, because that's just how I feel these days, you know what I'm saying, like, this is Sirach 28. And I'll read 7. It says, remember the commandments and bear no malice to thy neighbor. Remember the commandment of the highest and wink at ignorance. Yeah, you don't need to respond to everything. Like, you don't always need to, like females, like they like to get the last word in and shit. Like, they want the last, you didn't, they'd do anything to get the last word, man. Like, just let them have that stuff, man. Let them have the last word. People in this world, like, let them have the last word. Let them, whatever. Hey, man, all right, bet, hey, don't even say nothing else. Let them say it. Fuck it, man. It is what it is, man. The Lord about to be coming, man. We about to be out of here, man. All right, like, situations like, out there in the streets, but like, You know, when it comes to somebody like, you know what I'm saying, like that you may know or whatever, you know what I'm saying, like, hey, it is what it is, man. Like we don't always need to say what's on our mind all the time or tell somebody how we feel inside type of shit. You might be burning a bridge like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that might be able to help you in the future. It says, abstain from strife, and thou shalt diminish thy sins, for a furious man will kindle strife. A sinful man disquieteth friends, and maketh debate among them that be at peace. That's right, man. All that come from the tongue. All that come from your mouth. The scriptures say it's not what goes into the belly which defileth a man, but what comes out that defileth a man. You know, it says, Sirach 28:10, as the matter of fire is, so it burneth, and as a man's strength is, so is his wrath. That's right, man. And according to his riches, his anger riseth, and the stronger they are which contend, the more they will be inflamed. A hasty contention kindleth a fire, and in hasty fighting sheddeth blood. If thou blow the spark, it shall burn. If thou spit up on it, it shall be quenched. Yeah, you have a chance to quench that stuff out, man. Let it not get, you know what I'm saying, like let it not get too much, and then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, like now you're in jail, or now, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, in a situation to where like it just wasn't good at all for you, and you could have controlled that by you know what I'm saying, calming down, pretty much, like let them get the last word, let them, you know what I'm saying, like it is what it is type of stuff, man. You know what I'm saying, like we don't need to go to jail or any of that. Like let this world have it, man. Let them have it, bro. You know what I'm saying, like, you know, don't be getting into many arguments and stuff like out here, like especially with like your family members or, you know, people just in general, man. Like at your work, watch out for getting in arguments at work, or saying too much about stuff, or, you know, speaking your mind and all that, man. They don't care nothing about that, bro. They trying to find a reason to get you out of there, man. All right, and your so-called friends at work, you know what I'm saying? Like they get you out of there. Sometimes, hey, they might. You got people that help you get another job, man. You see, that's how the angels be working. Or you can burn some bridges, and the mug won't even want to talk to you no more. You done messed up, man. So I forget what I wanted. I got that James, but I don't want to go into that. We already know what the James say. We already know what James say. I guess I can read it for people who are maybe new. It says, I'll start at verse 2, James 3:2. For in many things we offend all. Let me start at 1. It says, my brethren, be not many masters, knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation. Right. It says, for in many things we offend all. Yeah. My brethren, be not many masters, knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation. Yeah. You know, don't be too hard on people. You know what I'm saying? Like being a, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it says, for in many things we offend all. Like you offending like a mug, man. If any man offend not in word, the same as a perfect man. But guess what? We ain't perfect men. All right. So we're gonna offend in word. You're gonna get offended sometimes, man. It says, the same as a perfect man and able to also bridle the whole body. Right. And that something like that, hey, that comes with age and experience. Okay, when you first come into this truth, you hype, you just, you done told your family and everything, you done pushed them to the side, like, oh, we're gonna come around y'all, you know what I'm saying, like burning all types of bridges when you first come into truth. It says, it says, behold, we put bits in the horses' mouths, and that they may obey us, and we turn them about their whole body. Behold, also the ships, which though they be so great, are driven of fierce winds, yet are they turned about with a very small helm, whithersoever the governor listeth. Even so the tongue is a little member and boasts of great things. Behold, how great a matter a small fire kindleth. That's right. And the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity. So is the tongue among our members, and it defileth the whole body. Going back to the scripture I quoted earlier. It's not what goes into the belly which defileth a man, what comes out. That's what the scriptures say. Matter of fact, let's look it up real quick. Let's look that up. Yeah, I was looking some stuff up. Defile. Defileth. Yeah. Matthew 15:11, it says, not that which goeth into the mouth defileth a man, but that which cometh out of the mouth, this defileth a man. Yeah, so going back to the scripture, what did it say? It says, verse 6, James 3:6, and the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity. So is the tongue among our members, that it defileth the whole body, and setteth on fire the course of nature. And it is set on fire of hell. Yeah. Demons be working on you. That just snap on them, man. Fuck them, F them, like whatever. Just say it. Demons jumping around your head, like, somebody say something, and as long as they ain't getting in your face or putting their hands on you, then just let that shit go, man. It is what it is. And on another note, like you might have a situation with your cousin, or your cousin on this side, or your mama's side, and this, that, and the other, or whatever. You guys don't like each other or whatever. Hell, the Lord might use that cousin to help you out in the future, man. Help you out of a bad situation. And it could be 10 years down the line, like, you still ain't talked to this person or whatever. You pretty much hate them. You guys, everybody going to grandma's house, and is such and such gonna be there? Like, nah, I don't even want to come. I ain't even going no more. Like whatever. But the Lord might use that person later on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. Basically, watch your mouth, watch your anger, and watch your mouth, watch your anger, and just try to really think, about what the Lord is doing in your life, as far as when it comes to, certain relationships and stuff like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the Lord will have somebody help you out that you didn't sit here and cursed out. They seen you on the side of the road broke down, and you didn't curse them out last year or whatever, a year or two ago, or you cursed the hell out of them, and they was the only one that pulled over and sit right there with you and got you back up and running on the road again, and you didn't curse their ass out, and you be feeling so horrible. The Lord be doing stuff like that. But anyway, shalom.